Would all the running backs just speak to how impressed they were with your collective efforts today? And Eli, too, since you were in that 100-back deal. Go ahead down the line, each of the three backs, and Eli. Buster, you want to start?
What was the question?
Just, you had 4 guys rush for 100 yards. I don't think it's ever been done on your level of football since they've had it. How wild is that?
I mean, it felt good. I mean, we came and worked hard at practice. We came out and executed in the game.
Buster?
I'm just happy. I just want to thank God, man, and the offensive line. That's how we got here. We ain't do none of that, man. They work hard all week. We practice hard. We told them to get a hat on their head, and that's what they did. And we told them we was going to ball.
Miles, did you want to get in the mix? I mean, you were like, you got in late in the game, and all them other guys had gotten 100 yards rushing and say, well, let me get on this too.
Yes, sir. I just got in the offensive line, opened the holes, and I just ran.
Eli, your turn. 100-yard rush. That's making plays with your legs. Speak about how that all came together.
I think we had a pretty good day. At practice, we worked hard. The coaches, they talked about finishing runs. So at practice, even when we got touched, we ran to the end zone, finished the run. I think that helped out a lot in the game.
What for Eli, for you, I really have 2 things. What was the difference in the offense's execution this week compared to last week?
I mean, we saw what we was doing was working, and we just kept with it. We just kept going, kept pounding the ball, and just stuck with it, and it worked for us, so we didn't stop.
And then how more comfortable were you today compared to last week?
I was a little more comfortable.
Talk to me about your mindset and how was the feeling out there for you?
Yeah, Matt started the game, so he went out there, he did what he had to do, he played well, and then they put me in, so it kind of gave me a little time to think about what I was going to do, and I just got out there. They called the plays, I ran them, offensive line block, he scored a touchdown.
Eli, do you wish you could have had a little more in the passing game, even though the running game was dominant?
Oh, yeah.
Had more balance.
Oh, yeah, I wish I could take the interception back. Yeah, but I wish we could have threw the ball more. But, I mean, the running game was working, so stuck with it.
Max, break it down a little bit for me. I mean, you're blocking for those guys when they're running for 100, but why did it work so well against these people tonight?
I think it started off with the Monday when we came in meetings. We, as a whole offensive unit, we sat down and we got it in our heads that we were going to run the ball, and we practiced hard all week. We were determined to run the ball, and our work all week showed tonight, rushing for what, 523 on the ground, school record. That's crazy. I love everybody that's in the backfield. They my boys. They know how we feel, how everybody feels about them. I'm fully confident in everyone that's back there, even Miles, from anybody. They can all run the ball, as you can see.
Coach told me beginning of the week that he was going to be around the offense a lot more, during the practice week. Did you, and all of you offensive guys here, we're going to get to you. Did you notice that? How much of an influence was that, and how much was he either hands-on or hanging around? Max, you can start. Eli, you can as well.
But yeah, I noticed because usually he always down there with the defense. We be talking about him that he loved the defense. But yeah, every time we turned around, he was down there with the offense this week. He was telling us if we did something wrong, he was getting on us. If we was doing great things, he kept motivating us to keep it going.
Coach Clark, he can sneak up on you at any time. Just like Eli said, he was more involved with us this week. He was watching. I think he's always watching. He always has an input on what we do offensively. He's the head coach, but I think he was there a little bit more this week to encourage us and tell us what we're doing wrong and tell us when we're doing something good.
Go ahead, Pierre. Did you want to get in the mix? I mean, you couldn't run for 100 yards, but you almost returned the interception 100 yards.
What do you want to know about that one?
Huh?
What do you want to know about that one?
Well, what do you want to tell me about it? I mean, did you see all those offensive guys getting all the love, and then you just You want to say, my turn?
Nah, I felt like early in the game when they scored their first touchdown, that was my guy that scored it, so I felt like I let the defense down on that one. So I had to make up for it some way, and then when I saw the pick come my way, and when I think it was 83, he dropped it, and it just went straight to his hand. And when it touched mine, I knew I wasn't going to get tackled. And then my defensive players, they had a nice little convoy set up for me. And it was an easy 6.
Yeah, you got in the end zone now, defensive touchdown in each of your 3 seasons. You kind of got a knack there. What kind of pride do you take in finding the end zone with football on the other side of it?
Well, on defense, it's hard for us to do that. So every time I touch the ball, I just try to score. But I feel like I really can't be tackled. Just keeping it real. So when I touch it, I got to score.
Buster, you almost got as many yards tonight as you had your whole last year, your whole freshman season. I guess maybe you're healthier now. Just what went into tonight's show for you?
It was God out there with me all night. It was God and the offensive lineman. They did that for me tonight. I ain't do none of that. All I did was read my blocks. Max, offensive lineman, they blocked for him, and I did what I had to do. I had to get more downhill and make one more cut, but it was God out there with me. I give all the glory to God.
Eli, were you noticing anything? I know that of what Jacksonville's defense was or what it allowed you to explore what you did in the running game. Just what did you say? I mean, they were calling the run, but what were you saying? And say, yeah, we got to keep going, because those guys were producing.
Yeah, I mean, they was doing that thing, so they kept giving the run. I mean, the calls that they was giving us, it looked perfect for the defense that was playing. So we just ran the ball. Coach Gross called a wonderful game. We just produced.
A lot of the runs, it was more north-south. As backs, y'all talk about this as offensive linemen. I mean, obviously up front, y'all were moving them around however you wanted to. Can you just talk about the effort as an offensive line in the holes that they were creating?
I can't think them boys were watching tonight. These boys worked hard on that all week. They told us before the game we were going to have 500 yards, you believe it or not. And we came out here and did it. We believed them, and then it happened.
They told you what, Buster?
They told us we were going to rush for 500 yards tonight.
Who told you that?
Max, Greg Burks, Sweet, Adam Wright. And they did. I promise you they did.
Why did you all think that, man? I mean, I know you want to be confident, but why do you think you
Because we wanted to show as an offensive line we're a better offensive unit than we showed the previous week. We only had averaged 2.2 yards a carry last week, and our goal is like over 5 as a unit. So our goal for the offensive line this week was 300 yards, and we blew that out of the water. We just got hype in the locker room and said 500.
Did you do anything different this week in practice, anything?
Not really. I think we focused more on the details of what we needed to do as a unit to block everything, and I think we were really well prepared. When we got out on the field, everything kind of clicked for us, and it worked.
Max, you talked about that number. We talked about the offensive guy, the running back. You guys as the unit up front, you don't have the ball in your hands, so your name's not on the stat sheet. What kind of pride do you guys take in those numbers? And do you kind of let those guys speak for you guys? Or how do y'all look at that?
It's like as a unit, we were flipping out in the locker room. When they announced it, we went nuts. I mean, like we're ecstatic. Like to rush for that is unheard of in college football. You don't do that every night. I mean, as a unit, I know we don't. As offensive line, the old saying, we don't get no pub or anything. We're just the big fat guys that block for everybody. They get all the love. But they played great tonight. The whole unit played great. It's a great feeling to know that my name is somewhat associated with a record at JSU, and it's a great feeling.
But you set the bar pretty high. I mean, what do you do for an encore now?
Do it again. Said it again. Just tote the rock.
Eli, I want to ask you this just to get it through. It'll probably be another rotation deal again. How do you look at this week going into practice? You clearly did a lot, did more than Max, the other Max. What do you see for the quarterback rotation going into practice week?
Monday, we just gotta, me and him both gonna go at it. I mean, we fight for the position every day. We, when one of us do good, we clap hands. And when we do bad, we tell each other what we thought we did wrong. So we're just gonna keep going at it each week. I mean, whoever start on Saturday, they start on Saturday. I feel like both of us can play.